Step up now, step up, friends, now let's be going. For here in the midway a strange wind is blowing. Where the lights are brighter, the laughter is knowing. Friends, into this tent now of marvels we're going. Sing it loud! Ballyhoo, bally high, sing it low and sing it high. A song for the ages, for you and for me, where the carnival mirror is calling. Step up now, step up, friends, now let's be going. For here in the midway a strange wind is blowing.
All right. We are on. Everybody. We're good? Marcus, go ahead. You are ready for
Here
action.
we are. I'm up and I'm ready for action. Hello. It's your old pal, Uncle Cuss. Here about to play a game of imagination and weirdness. It's the Aternium Road! Oh my goodness! And like last week, you may notice that the party is split. The party is different as we are following a different story arc. The troubles deep in Deeplington. Ooh, we've been told that we're very echoey. Echo. We've been told we're very echoey.
You are?
No, we're fine now. We're fine now. Friend of the stream, Jessica Gloom has told us that everything is fixed. Everything is fine. Sorry, we had a bunch of little tech gremlins come in and start chewing on things, but we're okay now. So
I might have came in with me. I'm sorry.
Oh my sweet God! There's the volume. There's the volume. Right. Troubles Deep in Deeplington will consist of Rog Novel, Glitter Being, or Glitter Fish, Durgan Lurch, and a new character who will be introduced later on. Before I get onto this recap, let's introduce everybody. Besides me and my hashtag fat face, let's go around the board here. Mark, take it away.
Well, hi everybody. I am doing tech tonight, so that's why everything is a complete mess. But that's how most adventures start, right? I'm looking forward to this very exciting adventure with our third level artificers and our druids and our new friend who's going to show us around. So, woohoo! I'm excited.
Right. And below him, as one of the main shining spotlights in the story arc of Deep in Deeplington, is Rognobble himself, Scott Levkoff. Scott, introduce yourself.
Howdy, everybody. Good to see you. Good evening. Welcome. Yes, I am Rognobble of Deeplington, a very short in stature goblin, also known as Robert Noble, back in the Muggle world, thrust here into this world of midway weirdness. I was a cosplay artificer, disillusioned with life. Now in the midway, found that all of my wondrous trinkets have now come to life magically. Very exciting, and we're on an adventure here with my good buddies and new buddies to be. Very excited to be here. Ready for adventure!
Speaking of somebody who's ready and down always for adventure and mischief and turning into a cat and a goat and all of those other things, it's Glitterfish. Stephanie, take it away. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Stephanie, also known as Glitterfish, aka Glitterwolf, aka Glitterbee, aka whatever the moment calls for. She is an adventurer who has found herself in this wacky world and is up for an adventure. She's doesn't know what's going on, but she's fine with that.
Good. And that's a little bit of character and player. Just ready. Another new player joining us tonight. Devin, please introduce yourself, your beautiful background, your beautiful face, and what will be your beautiful character.
Thank you, Marcus. I'm Devin, and I don't think I should explain my character yet, right?
You've been, no. Remain a mystery. It's Devin Nelson. He'll be joining us, and you'll find out who this person is later on. So, what lies deep in Deeplington, or the troubles in Deeplington, this story arc, is you've just dropped off your friends, John Lark, Dame Harlow, and Moira Moon in the Linsmore Marches, and they're off having such an easygoing adventure. It's so simple for them. For those of you who tuned in last week, it's not easy, and it's not simple. And you were on the airship venture with your friend Captain Jake Kilden, his best friend in the world, Ecthelion the elf, and they had told you that within Deeplington, deep, miles and miles deep within, is some sort of godlike being that's been slumbering for eons. But troubles arising that artifacts that are there to keep it in check are being compromised, being stolen. And your quest, should you choose to take this, is to find out who these people are, perhaps why they're taken, and get the artifacts back, put into place, basically locking the seals into place to keep this god demon at bay. And what else did he tell you? I believe that was it. Oh, they did tell you that there is a source, some ears and eyes on the ground in Deeplington, a adventuring or wartime journalist who they would like you to meet, because Captain Jake Kilden, Ecthelion, and the crew of the venture are going to drop you off, and then they are going themselves on a little NPC adventure, a non-player character adventure, deep into the catacombs of Deeplington, to stand by in case this godlike being wakes up. They are going to hopefully try to take care of it. And at third level, you guys are in no shape to be taking on anything like that, so they figured you go do that. And they said, "Oh, we're just Deus Ex Machina for the GM. We're gonna leave you be. We're gonna let you go be about your own adventures. You do the front half. We'll be there as backup." So before the airship venture comes to land in the massive city of Deeplington, was there anything else that all of you, or most of you, not you, Devin, you're in Deeplington, would like to do on the venture? Meaning, are you getting anything ready? Is there anything you would like to do before we land? Talk to anybody, interact, or anything like that? If not, then we can montage and cut right to the landing. But I will give you guys a chance to do so.
Well, I definitely want to, as an artificer, I think take the time to, again, check to see if, did I have a cabin of some sorts? And being an alchemist, I want to probably prepare some vials or some flasks.
Nice.
Smoke bomb, acid,
all the good stuff.
glittering bugbear oil display of magical weirdness. You know,
Okay.
goblin-y goodness. You know, get all my little stack my hat with smoke bombs and
Nice.
get ready.
Okay.
Preparing. Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a great montage of you in your old quarter. Probably Vincent, one of the crew members, kind of takes you to, and you've got your old go bag, your steamer trunk with your old stuff there, dusted off, and it's very montage where it's lots of close shots of your hands. It's like chemicals are getting put into big globule vials, and do we see where you pull off the tarp of your goblin glob thrower, your strange range weapon device, and so Rognoble's got his stuff going. Glitterfish, was there anything you would like to do on the venture before we land and get into all this business?
No.
Just saying goodbye to the friends you've made, the cult members you made on the.
I attempted to start a cult. They wanted nothing to do with me. I'm moving on.
Okay.
Standing next to the person who's piloting, saying, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?"
Like, I'm over this.
Right.
I'm over this.
You're just kind of leaning. Oh, come on. Yeah. There's adventure out there waiting for me. Froggy's like, boss.
Yeah, I'm making sure that Froggy is sobering up. He needs to get his life together.
Yeah,
that's my priority.
Froggy has this super tiny little hacky sack, like cold compress thing on his head, and he's like
on his shoulder, and I'm like, you're too young to be living this kind of life.
But I'm an adventurer, boss. Come on. During lunch, was there anything you were doing, any sort of montage you'd like to see before we land?
I'm going nuts on the.
Oh, and you're muted. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry. I'm going nuts on the shit. So
You're doing great, man. You're doing good.
I'm going to echo because I'm kind of half possessed by the forces of.
Yeah, you're in the large carriage. You're in the control room where the acoustics are all over the place.
Exactly. I'm getting to know the ship. Me and Hamas are like connected at this point. Like not in a weird way that Moira was, but more in a I understand this ship. I want to make sure that there's like a lot of looking around for like old junk and like whatever weird random objects I can sort of throw together into various little gadgets. And I'm looking forward to getting home, because, out to his home in Deeplington. I'm very excited.
Gotcha.
It's your home too.
That's right.
Your home too.
So it used to be our town.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm imagining the montage of you like running back and forth in front of the camera each time holding like a different like fantasy tool.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, oh, wait, and I'm throwing things together, and I'm kind of armoring up and working on.
Do they have Allen wrenches in this world?
Allen wrenches the size of Alan Alda.
Yeah, there's Alan Alda wrenches. They're tall. And,
they're tall and very, very sensitive.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi edits. Sam Raimi, Army of Darkness, Bruce Campbell, right?
Nice.
Close up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crossbow eye view.
A lot of rack focus. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's my mind.
Okay.
Good.
So lots of A-teamists, and then we occasionally will cut to Glitterfish just petting Froggy's head and smoking. As members of the crew are kind of buzzing past them. So the venture comes to the crest of Deeplington. Deeplington itself is much like Moonreach is a city built as towers on top of towers reaching for the moon itself. Deeplington is the reverse. It goes deep into the crevice. And as I've said before in some notes, it's almost like it's like steampunk Fritz Lang's Metropolis. It's this it's this multi-layered mega city that goes deep into the to this world's core, and the venture itself goes to the second level. Deeplington, since the sun doesn't really get down deep in there, has this artificial kind of arcane small sun. It doesn't burn. It does provide warmth, but it more provides the vitamins and energy you would get from Sol, and it descends and rises like the sun in our world, where it goes east to west, and so districts of the city are called like the 12 o'clock, the 11 o'clock, the 9 o'clock, and so it stops at the 11 o'clock, which is where most airships you see are boarding and are docking, and they land on a massive pad. There's a hullabaloo of people everywhere. You see ships of all sort, airship of all sort. You see. You see cargo ships, as well as what looks to be casual party, privately owned ships, as people dressed in almost strange pirate attire, but they're not pirates, they're just partying. There are the Grimaldi contingent. They're there in this kind of black and white, almost Jodorowsky's like Dune-like ship, kind of Mobius-like ship lands, and they're out speaking to each other through hand gesture and body language, not through voice. And
who's that artist? I don't want to distract him.
Mobius.
Oh, okay.
Jean-Gérard Mobius?
Jean-Gérard Mobius. Jean-Gérard Mobius.
Oh,
yeah, he's amazing. And everyone is disembarking. And I will say, Devin, your character received a missive not too long ago, although they're a little late. They ran into a little trouble on the way here, but you see the venture land on the pad. So you're in this big kind of reception area. There's it's almost like the Love Boat. There's ships that are leaving. There's all this ticket and fanfare, and you see. You see far into the east side of the 11 o'clock district, there's the commercial ships that are loading off. But you see Captain Jake Kilden in his dashing Patrick Swayze-ness and with his massive sword, and Ecthelion in his stoic coolness. They signal you over, and Jake says to you, Ragnar, it says to all of you, and he says, "Oh, this is your contact here, the journalist I was telling you about. They may have a lead as to where one of the missing artifacts is. I believe it's the Pandemonium mantle is missing or has been stolen." And they wave you over, Devin, and you see this crowd of people. You see some of the people from the crew who you probably have met before, but you see three new faces that you assume are going to be your teammates in whatever this mission is. So I will let you introduce and describe yourself.
I don't know if the characters would know what a summer Eladrin was, but I am an elf from the Fairylands. And at the moment, I'm finishing up the memoir of the highwayman that abducted me on my way here. So that's why I was late. But I struck a deal with them, and I offered to write, King Hammerlord's memoir, and just putting the finishing touches on it, trying to make him seem like the true warrior that he is.
Nice. Were you sitting at the cafe or something, or were you just standing at the kind of receiving area?
Yeah, I think I'm just relaxing on a bench just kind of looking out on the docks.
Okay. Describe yourself, since I do not know what you look like.
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen any. Okay. What do elves look like in this world? Because I have my own preconceptions of elves, but
Once again,
to the table with all the information.
I throw my hippy dippy story game speech at you, and I say, I don't know. What do elves look like in this world?
I think I'm very tall and lithe. A little bit of a Tilda Swinton vibe with a little bit of a David Bowie vibe.
Nice.
Kind of tall. Kind of goth, despite having like lots of very colorful flowers like spurting from their hair.
Yeah, summer, your beach goth kind of look to it. Very nice.
They probably definitely stand out in a place like Deeplington.
yeah. They, I will say, because such a large percentage in Deeplington are goblinoid, having a person who looks like your character. There's such a unique, not only a uniqueness to you anyways, but there is you stand out because there's such a disparaging height as well as clothing and all of that. So it's that moment where you know how you can sense a famous person is in the room, that weird feeling of like, wait a minute, you don't really belong here. You're human, but you seem different. So it's like that. You're like, oh, you're a being that lives in this metropolis of other weird beings, but you seem so much different. But they wave.
I don't mind the dirt here, though. I was born in the dirt.
Nah, you're born in the dirt. You crawled out from under in the dirt. Captain Jake waves them over, and they say, Jake says, Ron, welcome home, buddy.
Yes! It is good to be back to this squalid, fetid, moldering, sprawling grandeur.
Right, yeah, you see just the veins of glowing fungi everywhere. And
I can just smell my mama's cooking.
It's bliss, it's bliss, it's bliss, I tell you. Yes. Going crazy, leaving.
Yeah, he says, now, remember, you got a quest, my friend.
Yes. Right.
We'll need you to get this done, just in case we're down there. We're gonna get down there and try to discover where this thing is.
But you're gonna go off and you're gonna chill while you send us newbies to tamper down this god thing, demon.
Oh,
okay,
no.
Let's do this.
We've got our hands on the god thing. You get your hands on the artifacts. You get the keys, you lock it in place. In case you don't get the keys and don't lock it into place, and a god awakens, well, it's me and old EC the Lion here, and we're gonna kill a god.
Check artifacts. Right, we're on it. Okay, and now we're meeting
Six
Devin's
Petals.
character.
Yes. Devin, your name?
Oh, my name is Of Six Petals and Seven Meadows.
Wow.
Of course.
That's
excellent.
You have a nickname?
No. I have a pseudonym, but I would prefer you didn't refer to me that in public because it's liability reasons.
It's personal. Well met. Well met. And I hope we didn't keep you too long. Yes, shall we, let's sojourn to a pub where we can get acquainted, shall we?
Pub.
You
Okay.
know, a
like
repast.
a
We've
drinking
been on a journey.
establishment. You know?
Yes, we can use some frog legs.
That's
no
right.
offense. No offense, Glitterfish. No offense. No offense.
Hey, hold a second.
No offense. It's
Do
totally
they have
another-
mulch?
Yeah. It's a figure of speech. It's a figure of speech.
Do they have mulch?
Oh yes, only the finest.
Finest
The worst.
knowledge.
The most fetid.
From the deepest
kind of-
recesses of the local garbage cans. It's
Captain Jake pats you on the back, and he says, perfect. Any good adventure starts off in a pub. You you compare some information that you've got 6 petals of 7 meadows. And
And Seven Meadows. Sorry.
oh, sorry. It's been a while since I've been away.
three sandwiches short of a picnic.
And we'll get on our way. Good luck. And off they go. They kind of pack up their stuff, and after a while, the venture starts lifting off far into the land, the forbidden grounds. Yes, they search for ways deep into the catacombs of Deeplington, and away from me having to run them. So they're gone now, and there you are. You stop off at your establishment at the pub. Devin, you didn't know they had mulch. I won't ask you what the pub's name is. So, Durgan, what is the pub that the goblinoids love going to with the best goblinoid cooking?
Oh, the cross-eyed weasel is
the cross-eyed
weasel. Favorite. Yeah. They just have the dingiest, like service, and then it's just.
Well, I was thinking, since this is like sort of a steampunk land, like Sally's Solvents or something like that.
Oh no, that's across the street. Sally, she's a good dame. I like her.
Yeah, she's a good dame.
I'm just
the best solvents
right now.
There's a big wooden plaque, and lacquered over it is this. It's the big whiskey jug with the triple X's across it. There's this big, massive,
pull it up like that,
weasel like pulled up on it, and its eyes are all crossed, and there's a little like hiccup symbol like next to it. And there you are at the cross-eyed weasel. It's a rough and tumble place, but it is and it's filled with scum and villainy, and some good people, and ace pilots and artificers of all sorts in here. And you step in for an imbibement, figuring out what's going on. Right.
So your group, do you have a name? Do you have a mission statement?
Well, I don't know. I think you're the one who's we just got sent on a mission by those two.
We're looking for passage to the Alderaan system.
Well, I thrive when I have access to people's stories.
That's our key to survival around here, apparently. Well, what's your?
We have our books. We have books. Can we whip out the books?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got nothing to hide. 6 petals and 7 meadows. Like, here, take a look at my stories.
Yeah,
that interests you.
They all pull out these storybooks. You've heard of these. I'm just going to say 6 petals. 6 petals. No, they are. That's not your nickname. I'm just saying that. But rarely do you see more than just one individual, especially in your long-lived life, possess 6 storybook or soul books. They are. They're just links to these people's souls and information. They kind of tell your past and present, and your future gets filled in by the book. It's one of the more powerful objects that fends off against the Midway's ever hungering story drain. They always, much like you as a journalist, can sense that stories keep your action and your mind going. The Midway itself wants to constantly absorb tales of adventure or even sad stories, and so these books tend to be like one of the biggest shields against it.
I have my own book. I don't know if it's the same, but this is also my arcane focus, which is my journalist notebook.
Nice.
So I always have it out, and I'm always writing in it.
Nice.
Lovely.
I'm not really interested in your books. I'm more interested in firsthand stories. I like to hear it with the emotion, with the recollection of the person experiencing the stories. Reading from text doesn't really give me that.
You should have seen us yesterday when we were coming in on the ship. That was quite a ride. There was a lot of emotions flying. You missed out on that, but I'm sure we'll get into some other wackiness pretty soon now that we're back home, right, Rogsy?
That's probably while I was locked up in the back of a wagon.
What?
What's that?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I got waylaid on my way here. I thought I did that spiel already.
Well, looks like the right way, whatever way you laid. So I'm glad you're with us, buddy.
Yeah, we got.
Interesting turn of phrase.
Oh, boy. It's a quagmire. Careful. Well, it's lovely. Can we interest you in some more mulch?
Yes. I'll take a nail too.
I'll spring for the mulch. Mulch all around.
It's tumultuous.
Sure.
Tumultuous.
This kind of craggy, grumpy little goblin called Mothag is the proprietor and mulch. You sure you don't want any salt porridge or weird egg or anything like that? You mulch. You want me to go to the backyard?
I'll take a
Just
weird
some-
egg over here.
All right.
Thank you.
Weird egg. Hot gin.
Do you have a? You wouldn't happen to have a smooth rock, would you?
Are you? Is this a smooth rock? I don't even know what to charge you for that. I got smooth rocks. I got mulch. I got smooth rocks. I've got a bit of a green thumb. Heck, I'm green all over. Yeah, I get you a bowl of mulch. And the rest of you is having
Just
weird
one
eggs.
smooth rock though. I don't need more than one. I'm not that hungry.
I'll have his. It's all right.
Right.
I'm a big fan of
I'll be
Oh,
back.
there you go.
That's 2 smooth rocks, a weird egg, and a
And
plate.
a cup of lard with a hair in it.
Oh ho ho, Johnny Fancy Pants over here. Okay, I'll bring out the good stuff. He goes back to go retrieve all the items that you'll be feasting on. Yeah, I guess feasting on.
I'm gonna just kind of rub it. I'm gonna rub it around.
Right, and it is busy. The place is active, and as I said, it's right by. It's in District 11 o'clock at the landing pad. So it's a bunch of fly boys and gals and folks, and there's a hullabaloo, as I love to say, going on, and you hear yeah, just go in the yard. Give me, I don't know. Just take the cup and scoop some mulch in it and get the thing there. And Fancy Pants wants some lard with some hair in it. And then you hear this goat go, meh! Give me that hair. All right, there you go. All right. So what are
So what
all
is
of
this
you
thing?
doing?
I'm gonna. What is this thing was supposed to be getting? I don't even know.
Well, there's 7 things. If I'm correct, three
gotta get all of
of
them?
them are missing.
3 are missing currently.
So what do we know
The
about the
plot
missing
thickens.
pieces?
Marcus, do I know what you had told me earlier?
Yes. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
apparently,
in fact,
apparently
you
some
have the-
ruffians have
Mhm.
some burners have gotten their hands on them. At least that's the word on the street. I don't always believe the first thing I hear.
Ruffians.
Yeah, you're you know them as in Deeplington. Deeplington is one of the 3 major guild cities, meaning that there's a guild for almost everything. And these belong to a guild called the Ship of Fools. The Ship of Fools is an organization more of like they're dedicated to kind of freeing yourself through partying. So it's a little more of a credo rather than a guild. But in order to operate here, you need to sign up and become a guild. And these Ship of Fools you track down were called the Hands of Shenanigans, and you believe that they are the closest lead to absconding with the pandemonium mantle from councilman's party in his house. He kind of had it, on display in the background. Devin, what you know is that although you are more following the source of that this is something serious, that there actually could be a demon god under Deeplington, the populace themselves is very like, meh, fake news, whatever. Hadn't been anything like that in eons, and I'm sure that's done. Wear a mask. Why? Who cares? There's nothing really serious going on, And so, so because of that, a lot of the artifacts themselves are taken seriously and put away by those who keep it. And some people are very like, oh, check out this little thing my great-great-grandpa handed down to me, and they're very lax with it, which is why the councilman's upset that his artifact was missing at the party, but he's like, we'll get the local constabulary and maybe get some leads and find it. If not, maybe I'll buy a new one. Not that you could ever replace it, but So that's your leader. That's what you know so far.
Personally, I'm less interested in who took them, but more why. But
Good point.
I think the fools will lead the way. That's good. I should write that down.
Wait, you're talking about us?
Oh, no. Sorry.
These elvish folk. Oh no! Thank you for that. Thank you for that scintillating information. Is the question of the ruffians? Do they have a particular look? Are they goblin? Are they goblinoids? The ruffians, they're goblin? Are they a goblin guild?
I don't know that.
So
As Devin.
This would be a Marcus question.
Sorry,
Yeah.
the Ship of Fools is a pretty cosmopolitan. They're a diverse, especially the Hands of Shenanigans. They're they're all sorts, and they what would you know? That they're represented by a council head. Her name is Mama Scallion. And she's, for all intents and purposes, seems to be a human. But yeah, there's goblins in the guild. There's gnomes, elves, halflings. There's a big variety of people.
Excellent. All right.
So what are you thinking? We're gonna try to infiltrate? Is that what you're thinking?
Infiltrate.
Try to get in with them and then figure out what's up and try not to get busted.
Okay, here we go.
I'm a bit of an infiltrator.
We got skills. I got a plan hatching. I got a plan in my noggin.
All right. Well, I stand out like a sore thumb, so.
Move your plans here. Let me get your meals here. All right, 2 smooth stones.
There we go. Okay, good.
A sack of malt, some lard, a hair in it, the fine stuff, my friend. And
I only had one smooth stone. I don't want to waste too much of your.
The other one for
Wow.
Oh yeah, I'll take that
Durgan
off your
Lurch.
hands. It's all right.
All right. There you go. Just move
I'll always
sorry
take
to-
your leavings.
Of 6 petals and 7 metals, just pulls the stone and just kind of holds it and sings a note and absorbs energy.
I took a vegan on a date once to Sizzler. True story. I'm kind of having a moment here. Just saying. Oh boy, I didn't know that was far enough behind me.
Right.
Yeah. What do you do with the stone? You're just holding it? Is it
You
Petting
eat
it,
it,
or is
and
it-
then I just eat the
you
rock.
eat
and
it?
Start chewing on it.
You eat rock.
Crunching on the rock.
Yeah.
So he's staring at his rock, but you're
Calcium.
actually trying to eat yours.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's delicious.
You're trying to eat. Well, no, you're a hobgoblin. Yeah, you smash
A couple teeth
down
fall
on this
out, but the new ones come in.
on
pretty
this
soon
river
after.
stone. You're just like.
No judgment. This is a judgment-free table here.
It's a little mealy. It's just a little
Just
bit
like,
mealy.
yeah.
I like them a little tougher.
stone seems slow on a lifetime perspective, but if you think about them, stone is one of the most dynamic materials in the universe.
Yeah, I prefer metal myself.
I'm applying the lard in my underarms.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what?
Perplexed.
That's just polite goblin behavior.
That's right. You'd probably see at a neighboring table one like slicking it through this nasty, dreaded hair of his.
I'm watching.
And they kind
I'm
of
watching and
nod
writing
at
notes
you.
curiously.
They kind
like
of
the-
nod at you like,
Mardi Gras king cake, right? You got the baby. Where's the baby? That's the hair and the cup
Where's
of
the
lard.
baby?
It's like the baby, you know.
While we're all
boss.
talking, I want to take a look around and just see if anyone's like watching us. Get a little
watching you. Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe this is the best place for us to be talking plans here, and I kind of get a little quiet, but I won't give it away at first. So
Okay. Give me a little perception.
all right, I will roll.
First roll of the night. Roll of the night.
That is a 17.
You get the uneasy sense that somebody is watching you, but you can't pinpoint who or where, because it's so crowded and so up. But they're and you're not. I say this as Six Petals is holding a stone humming. Everybody doesn't think you're weird. But you do get a sense that someone or a group of people is around and watching. You don't know that if it's the paranoia of you mentioning plans, but there is something.
All right, I'll just kind of keep it kind of chill and not give too much away as I look around a little bit, but I'll give a little nod to Roxy, a little innuendo, like, maybe we should go back. Yeah, like maybe find another spot, maybe hit the warehouse, go to the workshop. We got
Boss,
Gotcha.
can I?
All right.
Boss, do you mind if I
No. In fact, I ordered this weird egg for you, Froggy.
What?
Specifically because I think it's time you learned a little responsibility, and it's time for you to have a younger brother. And so this weird egg, we're going to hatch this egg, Froggy, and we're going to find out who's in it. And they are now your responsibility. We are taking them with us on this adventure.
Boss, wait. Is this like school? I'm keeping an egg for a week?
No, we're hatching the egg right now.
Okay. Well, you know what? Give me a persuasion roll for Froggy, or to persuade Froggy to believe he's going to carry a weird egg. I like if you roll it twice. You have advantage with this. Let me
Okay, well,
roll.
I got a 15 plus 5 is 20.
Oh, forget it. Yeah, Froggy's with you. Froggy's like, oh, okay, boss. I guess I'll just.
So we're taking another little family member along with us for the adventure here.
Yeah, it's this beautiful like seafoam green with these brown speckles all over it, and he's holding. Okay, he's almost the size of Froggy. He's like kind of holding it like, okay, come along, sibling. Have you been drinking warm gin, boss? Is that because?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. And yeah, he grabs the weird egg to sit with you.
They don't have child protection laws in Deeplington, so it's okay to
Not
take them on
much.
adventures.
No, not much. Yeah, it's perfectly fine for a 7-year-old to get into a life-threatening adventure.
For a pumpkin 7-year-old who's been on a bender for weeks now.
Well, I've taken a nap every now and then, for goodness sakes.
It's medicinal. So, Durgan, I suspect I have a cousin, or like 300, probably nearby. Maybe we can settle up and go, find this more secretive place where we can make some plans.
Yeah, if we can find a
What do
workshop.
you think? I must have a cousin. I'm from Deeplington. I
Oh, yeah?
must have relatives.
I believe both of you are from Deeplington. It's just such a massive city. You probably didn't bump into each other much, but
Yeah, I got a big storage shed somewhere, where I keep all my stuff.
Let's go find your shed. Let's go find your shed.
Hopefully they didn't
Go
mess
kick a
with
big
it.
one shed. Okay.
Yeah. Go to
So
fish.
Yeah, we're coming.
I bet you I can fix you up with a incubator or something that might help you out.
yeah, if you can kind of speed this along, Mr. Lurch.
All right, yeah.
6 pedals.
I'll hook you
7
up,
meadows.
Froggy.
Join us. Come with us, if you will.
Of course.
More
you're
stories
doing that work
await.
already.
Stories await.
We're going to quickly flash to Durgan said you've settled up with here. Ethag bids you farewell and says, I guess come on back anytime for, and he starts writing it on a chalkboard. Ethag's cross-eyed weasel, home of the finest mulch and smooth stones. And I'm going to get more of you folks in here. It's going to be hot stuff. And Durgan, just quickly describe your shed to me, and then we're gonna cut to our 10-minute break.
Sure. The shed's probably about like 20 by 10. You got like workshop tables everywhere, junk like piled up in the corner, and greeting me on my arrival home. But
you hear it like smashing through like tool sheds and whatnot. It kind of comes stumbling up at you. Is who?
Midgie, come here. Yeah, Midgie. And it's this weird clockwork-looking terrier kind of creature, sort of construct with one eye, maybe a little bit kind of bigger than the other. And he just comes bounding up there and just leaps onto me and just tries to get up onto my shoulder, but can't quite reach that. Kind of looks over, kind of smells, kind of looks over at Glitterfish and looks over at 6 Petals. I'm just gonna roll and see how much he likes you. No, she's liking you. She's kind of goes up, rolls on her back a little bit onto the floor, kind of wants to get a little pet. So I smack it in the belly with a hammer a couple times.
Yeah, you can hear the tinking, ting, ting,
yeah,
ting,
she
ting,
loves
ting.
that. She loves that. And occasionally I'm actually fixing like loose bolts as I'm kind of knocking the nails in.
An
And I say,
assembled
welcome.
being. Fascinating.
Yeah. Say hi to Midgie.
All right, we'll say hi to Midgie in 10 minutes. We're going to take our 10-minute break. Everybody who's watching, please keep watching our weirdness and enjoy your smooth stones and mulch and lard with hair in it, and refill your lard cup and warm gin. We'll be back in 10 minutes. We'll see you at 9:20.
All right, I'll cut over.
What are you doing?
Baba Yaga. That was kind of weird.
And we are back.
And there it is. Hello, thanks for joining us back. We've arrived at the workshed, the warehouse of Durgan Lurch here in Deeplington. Where in Deeplington are you located? What are you? 11 o'clock, 9 o'clock? Are you? How far are we deep within Deeplington?
I would say around 3:30. Like kind
Oh
of.
my goodness! Yeah, way down there. Yeah, it probably took you a full day, most of the day to get down
13 o'clock.
there. Yeah, 13 o'clock. Got down, followed the monorail, went on down in there, and we've arrived at the 3 o'clock level. The weird arcane fungoid magic energy sun is kind of making its way past you up to 5, and you're there. So tell me what you are all doing. Oh, you said hi to Midgie. I forgot this. Midgie speaker. Is Midgie just a
machine that
dog?
I made. It's a little project I've been working on, like one of my many other projects. But it sort of has a
Midgie does give you a look if you ever said you're just a project.
Yes.
This is where you're on.
This is our
with
character.
Her one big eye.
Well, he can't make an egg, so he can make things. He can make make friends, and this is how he makes friends because he has a really low charisma. So
right, yeah. It's like Mr. J. It's like
wait a minute,
home again, jiggity jig.
Yeah. And I got all this gear here, so I'd say we can sort of cool up and kind of have the little montage where we all kind of gear up and get ready for action, whatever that action might be.
Well, you did montage some action on the venture, but what are you all doing? You know that a loose guild of the Ship of Fools called the Hands of Shenanigans took part, possibly closest lead according to Six Petals and Seven Meadows. Was at this party at this councilman's home, and allegedly could be the sources to the theft or the heist of the Pandemonium Mantle, one of the 7 pieces that lock away this demon god thing.
Well, we got to figure out what the mantle does. And who these guys are.
There was word of infiltration.
Yeah, we gotta do some reconnaissance and survive.
So I have the ability. This comes upon me. How does this magical gift come upon me? Like the way that the healing of Mara kind of came out of this sense of compassion, and the pipe smoke kind of came out of this sort of psychedelic, weird reverie. So I have a self-illusion. I'm wondering if I should maybe disguise myself and like infiltrate and go and listen in and go and try and get my glamour on, as it were.
Plenty of fluids and various alchemical items, probably in jugs and such, to make different fuels. So.
Is this a plan that Six Petals and Glitterfish?
Yeah, what do you think?
What do y'all think?
Infiltrate their organization or their organization? They're a bunch of party people.
I have experience with infiltration. Yes.
I mean, they're a burner camp basically. So.
Okay, there it is.
Awesome.
Sure.
I could use my cover identity to get in as well.
Oh.
You got one of them for me?
No, sorry.
They don't come cheap.
You ever heard the name Everest Bloom?
Nah.
Ah.
A mountain?
I published under that name. Did you read the article about the golden goose that destabilized the economy of Addersfield?
Yeah, I think I might have seen that once. I'm gonna roll a bluff check and see how well my deception works. I rolled a
Oh no, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The destabilizing golden goose.
I know nothing about this.
Yeah, that kind of like when you try to bring a topic up in conversation, the person who's trying to appear smart is like, oh yeah. The where that
it was
that,
the Dunning
that
and Kruger,
old-
right? It was them.
Last year when that happened. Oh yeah. No, I read that. I read that.
Yeah.
Of Six
I
Petals,
read a lot.
of Six,
I'm a big reader. I have the best reading.
of Six Petals and Seven Meadows is actually more well known as a journalist under a different name. They don't really publish under their own name.
Excellent. Okay.
Right. So you're gonna try to create a plan to infiltrate their camp, or
makers.
find them and then infiltrate their camp. Okay.
Maker Fair. We'll
That sounds
enter our
fun.
stuff in the Maker Fair for them, and like we could Trojan horse something. Could do a little.
So what is our collective opinion here? Do we need to make ourselves over for this to be effective?
Wouldn't hurt to be incognito.
I've got about an hour, so I can be very convincing for about an hour.
Sure, that'll give me enough time to make an incubator for.
Says my intuition.
So you're saying your glamour lasts an hour, or it takes you an hour to get it done?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Self-illusion lasts an hour. Yeah.
Do something closer to where this camp is. Okay.
Yeah. Disguise self. So yeah, there we go. It's a good chance to use this.
I've been myself. I'm usually the face.
It's a glamour. You're a fae being. Do you have any sort of a glamour that you can or maybe you just look like a party? You said if you're Bowie-esque, then you're very burner camp already.
They're there.
You're there.
I'm imagining like Bowie in like a suit though, like Bowie with like a nice like floral shirt and then like a tight suit.
Right.
Thin White Duke.
Yeah, Thin White Duke, Bowie.
Thin White Duke.
Or more Let's Dance, like where
More
Yeah.
Let's Dance, yeah.
kind of in the middle.
Not so baggy. That suit was way too baggy.
Yeah, the Serious Moonlight Tour Bowie was a very baggy Bowie.
More like a wedding, like
Early burner. I'm getting early burner here.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
More of an early burner vibe.
Glitterfish, any plans you're going to implement to infiltrate this camp of fools, this ship of fools?
Joining the Glamour Squad, I will be turning into an ostrich. And
Oh!
I will be wearing ostrich feather boas up my neck.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I'll just be kind of feeling it out from there.
Yeah, I mean, the eccentricity of strutting around with an ostrich works perfectly fine with this
Not
crew.
wearing ostrich feather boas.
Perfect. I mean,
You're not turning it into an ostrich.
No, both.
no, turning into an ostrich.
An ostrich with an ostrich boa.
Yes.
Clearly picked the wrong character class. What is happening here? What?
Beautiful.
Oh,
You can't do everything, but you can do quite a bit.
this human form is
This-
inadequate.
What do I do with these hands?
Mediocre.
So we'll cut to probably go a late night, and I heard tale of Maker's Fair. I like that idea that we'll set up a scene that there is a fair going on. And much like a lot of happenings in the artist section, probably at the 1 a.m. the 1 o'clock section of Deeplington. It's a lot of where the artists live, and it's the artist guild community is there, and there is not only a fair but a party. You know, it's a combination of, you know, you can sell your wares, but there's also musical performers and other performances, whatnot there, and yeah, you find yourself there. It is it's not like an elite thing to get into. You know, they want people to come to see to see not only our performances, but also to maybe spend money, which you can spend money in the donation game to help out work artists.
No, it's a Burning Man fundraiser camp.
It's a fundraiser camp.
It's a Burning Man fundraiser. Absolutely.
Yeah. And we'll say that all these other guilds that are similar to the Ship of Fools and similar to the Hands of Shenanigans are there, and there with various art installations, performances, wares and whatnot. Everybody's kind of hawking. It's almost like a battle of the makers bands. They're like, everyone's there to see who can get the most and who can attract the most. So they're bringing their best out, and that's where you all find yourselves amongst all of this.
Can I have an hour to put together some contraption to bring?
Before this all happened.
Yeah. Right.
Before this all happened, I would say definitely you're able to. It is strange that you have time of course exists in Deeplington, but time is also affected by this manufactured sun thing that kind of goes up and down. But yeah, that's how you can tell definitely as the sun kind of rises higher. Within the mega city, it gives you time to construct some stuff. So yeah,
I want to put together a whirligig kind of thing that you can sort of swing around in like a little carnival ride sort of deal for just bring it in there like in a big long kit and then just sort of throw it together. That's my intention.
Right. Yeah.
Try to outdo the other crafters.
I'll take a little narrative and say some of Rognoble's many goblin cousins have come to help, as crew to crank it, set it up into place, get it all set up. They all have the little tank tops with the newsy beanie on and, cigar hanging out the mouth, cranking away there. All right.
Excellent.
Derek, throw me on your shoulders.
Yeah, you can ride Midge, she'll take you if you want.
Yeah, but throw me on there. I got some pyrotechnics as well. We can do a kind of a combination pyrotechnics show.
Oh, I'm making it for you. You can ride in it, buddy.
I can like purple and green smoke and some sparks.
Yeah, it'll create a whole swirling trail as he's spinning around on those, those chairs you sit in that have the little chain and they just spin and you're on that kind of thing. Just a little mini goblin one.
So you got a mini goblin ride going on.
Yeah, to
attract
get a little busking
folks.
going on. Maybe we could draw some.
Okay.
Draw some attention.
So you're drawing some attention to yourself, which is easy to do with an ostrich wearing ostrich boas and a frog carrying a mystery egg and David Bowie. There. All right. So it's almost like
start.
Yes, please. Mm-hmm.
I think before we start, of 6 petals and 7 meadows to something kind of odd, maybe. They go around individually to each one of you, and then kind of out of the blue, just picks up their notebook and asks you what an aspiration of your ideal self is.
Nice. Okay.
Who do you want to start with?
Let's talk to Durgan first.
Me? I just don't want to mess things up. I just want to help out people and maybe stop this, whatever. I forget the demon. They talk about him. I don't even believe in him that much. But, if I can be helpful, that would be nice, I guess. Is that too much to ask for?
No, helpful, dependable, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I guess, Durgan, you have Arcana at a pretty good level. So you know that the myth's name, the folk tale's name is Ingolat.
Ingolat, yes. Here, I'll roll. We can roll now. I have a little die.
Ingolat, the ravenous.
All right. Yeah. And if it could. So my thing is, it's a mess. We all want to have a good time, but there's a demon under. There's all these weirdos. So I like being weird, but there's a toxic kind of, and it would be nice if we could live in a world where it wasn't like that, where
so feeling a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah, I gotta think about Midgie.
All right, cool.
To Midgie back home in their little bed, laying there, cybernetically snoring.
Glitterfish. Tell me about your.
You're talking to the ostrich now. Yes.
Nice.
Can you look at your ideal self as an aspiration? What do you see?
As
This is probably before you turned into an ostrich.
This is when we're in line to the fundraiser, right? And the mushroom tea is kicking in. You're having that moment. You're like, let's set an intention. What is your intention?
Right. Yeah. Let's declare an intention for the evening. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
okay, that is so much easier than like deepest purpose in life for a character that is basically characterized by glitter and changing forms. For the evening.
What is an adjective you'd like to describe yourself with? And not do describe yourself, but would like to describe yourself as.
Beautiful.
Adjective I would like to use to describe myself as. Whimsical.
So you crave to be an enigma.
Maybe a little,
little.
yes, but I guess an accessible enigma. I don't want to. I don't.
I like that. Glitterfish,
accessible
accessible enigma.
I
Writing
think
that
that
down.
actually.
That was good. Wonderful. Thank you.
I think you're an accessible enigma, boss.
All right, so Rognoble, is that? Tell me about the dreams of Rognoble. Who will Rognoble be tomorrow? Tomorrow, figuratively.
Ragnoble came into this world from Robert Noble, right? Who was disillusioned and seeking to believe in magic, totally delusioned, and now finding that magic is real, is probably very keen to understand what the source of magic, like where it actually comes from. This is kind of one of the burning inner desires of Ragnoble, is to understand the nature of and the source of magic itself.
So you seek to be enlightened.
No, I don't know about that, but just to know, like, what is the source of magic? What is the source of his magic that he's suddenly right? He has these sort of these abilities that he longed for in the other world, the Muggle world.
A man craving answers.
Yeah,
Interesting.
goblin.
Don't forget
I'm
Friday.
only 3 feet 4 inches tall, which is why I have this enormous hat. I'm compensating.
I am twice your height.
6 petals and 7 meadows. You know that one of the artifacts that's also been missing or stolen is the squeeze box of enlightenment.
So I actually did something mechanically here. I have granted each one of you a flare. In D&D rules, it's a bardic inspiration, but I'm calling it a flare, which means you get a D6. And at any point in this next scene, you can roll this and add this to your die roll to improve
That's right.
effects.
Nice.
It's a
badass.
little beautiful bonus.
Woo!
And if you want to use the online dice, I can do that.
6 petals, 7 meadows.
And narratively, this is basically you sort of magically becoming your ideal in a moment.
No, nice.
I love it. Lovely.
Nice.
That's
Right, so you kind of are doing this as you're shuffling into the line, and it funnels into this big, beautiful, almost amphitheater, and it's almost part like campground, part amphitheater. It's like it really is like Shoreline Amphitheater. There's this big, beautiful camp out area, but then there's these seating areas that come up that you see people kind of, filtering in, setting up what look to be like nighttime, almost like nighttime picnic areas all around, and able to see people with little opera spyglasses looking around and pointing out at camps and exhibits, and you've been handed little checklist of like, here's where these people are performing, and here's where this, this time that this is, you get a program of the evenings thing. But there are things going on all the time that are not by draped down by time. We do our own thing. So some of Rognoble's cousins have forged paperwork that allow you to get into, bring in your your Ferris, what's it, tilt-a-whirl device, and you set that up. So you've set that up, and a few people are stopping by to kind of get on the ride. And you do see on the paperwork and where the Hands of Shenanigans camp is, and some of the performances they're giving a lot of sword swallowing and burlesque style stuff, as well as acrobatic acts and things like that. So what do you do now?
I think we try to show off, right?
Durian, right? So Durian, we're I'm jumping on, and we're doing a whole multi.
Right. We'll do a whole kind of let's put on a show. You're
trying to
smoke
attract
and
the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke and sparks.
Get some variety, so we can get invited to the cool parties, and we can.
Okay.
Maybe let Freckles here take care of the bringing people over, kind of calling their attention, and work together.
Freckles.
I acquire a press pass.
You're trying to acquire a press pass? Mm-hmm. Easy enough. You can. I'd say you roll with advantage. But it sounds like a persuasion.
Yeah. I'm talking somebody's face off about the golden goose.
Right.
Gooses. Geeses.
You said persuasion, right?
Persuasion. Your target number was just 12.
Oh, I fully exceeded it with what's my persuasion? That is a 23.
Okay. The gentleman you're talking to is completely enamored. You see that they've got kind of a ledger and several little clipboards with different badges and whatnot, and they're sometimes when you speak, you may not notice it, but a few people are very like, oh, okay, yeah, I heard about that. This person is enamored as to the golden goose. They actually have read the golden goose. And
I imagine my pseudonym Everest Bloom is sort of like a Banksy kind of thing. I'm like this mysterious person that writes these very weird, provocative articles.
They don't believe you that you're Everest Bloom, but it's not out of malice. It's more like, oh, I can't believe I'm talking to Everest Bloom. No, you can't be Everest Bloom. But they give you your press pass with a little message as to when they'd be available to talk more about your book. So yeah, you do have a press pass, which gives you.
My book is the memoirs of the Alabaster Duke.
Oh,
that's in the process.
The Alabaster Duke.
The Alabaster Duke. Gosh, I don't think anybody's been able to really nail down the persona of the Alabaster Duke. It's so elusive. Right, so you have your press pass. The rest of you are attracting a crowd. Glitterfish, are you a ostrich now, or you're waiting?
I'm performing as an ostrich, so I'm doing some acrobatics and also some sword swallowing down my very long neck.
Right. Well, it's a good thing that brings up the idea of performance. I will have both you and Rocknoble give me actually Glitterfish, give me a performance. Rocknoble, give me a persuasion. Rocknoble, you're gonna roll with advantage. Glitterfish, you're just rolling an even persuasion. Don't forget you have a D6 that's been inspired.
Ooh,
if you would like to use that whenever.
You can use that whenever you want, though.
You can use that whenever you want. Target number is easy. Target number is 10. That's just to start to attract more and more people. If you get any higher than, say, like 15, there might be more of a benefit. What was that?
I will use mine now because I only got a 4 plus 3 equals 7.
Gotcha. Okay.
I will. Well, so yes, I'll take my 6, and that still doesn't get me to. Oh, it does. It gets me over 10.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, it should. I'm hoping.
You are your best self.
Yeah,
Right.
How do you achieve your ideal self in this?
Yes.
moment?
How do you achieve self? Considering you are an ostrich, which has no arms, so what is sticking swords down your throat?
Well,
What are
and
the
it's-
goblins?
how are you an
Oh, I
accessible enigma in this moment?
I see. Yes. Yeah, this enigma.
Well, obviously, a sword swallowing, performing ostrich is a bit of an enigma in itself.
Correct.
Definitely.
And an accessible one if she is there performing. So,
I see.
in
I see.
that moment,
I see. So is Froggy your barker? Is Froggy like,
yeah, and he's got his egg.
yeah, come one, come all?
That's right.
Oh.
I've got a little platform. I've made some circus friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
See the sword swallowing enigma, Ostrigula, the sword swallowing ostrich from 8 o'clock. Come on by, and everybody's like, "Ooh, I didn't realize there was a sword swallowing ostrich in the metal workers guild." Oh. Goodness gracious, and they kind of come scurrying around. People are interesting. It's a lot of, for right now, I think what you rolled, I will say it's a lot of attendance. So there's not many, maybe it's a little early, there's not really many other performers kind of catching you, so there's a lot more attendants are coming and whispering about you and seeing an ostrich swallow swords. Right. Rognobble of Deeplington. Please give me, oh, good Lord. This game. Please give me a roll on your persuasion as you're kind of getting a crowd coming towards you. Yours also is a 10.
Considering my charisma is one of my
It's like a
lesser traits, I have an 11 charisma. Yeah, I think I'm going to bedeck myself with the fairy glamour of 6 petals and 7 meadows. Coming in and all these little doors open up for my hat.
Oh, nice. Your magical goblin top hat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the magical goblin top hat. Yes, it opens and the little the smoke, the smoke sticks pop open and the little whirligigs. Yes, and to put on a bit of a show.
Okay.
Let's see. Where's the? Okay, I'm rolling. Here we go. Boom, whammy. Oh, all right.
I remember you're rolling. You're rolling twice and taking the best roll.
Oh, so 13,
Mm-hmm.
and then a 5. Okay, so 13 plus 6, or is it
Plus
D6?
0, I think. Oh, plus D6.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought.
For
right?
For the inspiration is a D6. Yeah.
Yeah, if you'd like to use that. Yeah.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
You want the sky, the Lord in the sky.
GM in the sky.
All right,
GM in the
roll.
sky, please.
It is a 6. It looks like a 9 it is, but it's a 6.
You roll a 6. So altogether,
That's a 19.
is a 9. Oh my goodness gracious! So 19.
inspiring.
So now you're getting the attention of performers in like neighboring camps around you. And I don't know if you saw the note, but I'll give you this prompt. Because of your goblin wizardy hat, you get to do also magical effects with the hat if you exceed a dice check of 10. So I will let you go ahead and describe magical effects that are happening as you see not only onlookers but performers whispering about what is going on with this tiny little camp that all of a sudden popped up out of nowhere with a sword swallowing ostrich and a goblin on top of a hobgoblin.
All right, what transpires in the smoke and mists of the hat is a scene of the early founders of Deeplington establishing the city in the Great Crevice that winds down into the earth. The early makers of this great city. So a little bit of a bas-relief mythology thing.
Oh,
That's awesome.
That's cool. Yeah. Neat. Yeah. So that pops up. Not only are they like enraptured by the weirdness of this, but it's like several, as you said, the mushroom tea is kicking in, and it's a very like, oh, where we have all come from, and where we're going to be going, and oh, maybe I should change guild, and yada yada. And I shouldn't be in the firefighter guild. I've got to be in a creating makers guild or something. This accounting guild is terrible for me. So they're absorbing all of this, and now there is, like I said, there's performers coming by. And asking about the rides. They're wondering what the thing does. Your goblin cousins are kind of strapping people into these rides, none too safely, but they are strapping them in. Yes. And
there's a lever too. Yeah. There's a lever that releases the ends of them when it's at peak. Like,
is that what that does? Oh, well,
don't touch that. You're not supposed to touch that, okay? You wouldn't want to touch that, because then they go flying everywhere. To all the 1 o'clocks and the 2 o'clocks and 9 o'clock, they'll be all over. Don't touch that
don't
lever.
Touch that.
It doesn't do that. The lever doesn't do that.
So don't touch. Okay, I won't touch it. Right. So then people get on the ride. You're attracting the attention of a few performers. It was a 19. I will say probably you noticed that somebody from the hands of Shenanigans, the Ship of Fools, come over. You could tell the way they dress there. They dress very. It's like they've got a little bit of the steampunk to them, but they also wear a lot of clown. So they've got a little bit, like, their makeup is half clown. They don't do full clown. It's like just a chunk of them. Their outfits are big, fat, wide, polka dot or zigzag tie, and a velvet tuxedo with tail without arm, and it's very eccentric, very fun, very whimsical, and easy to spot. And a couple of them are there in your area, staring up at this display, staring up at glitterfish, at the ostrich that is swallowing swords. And right, what do all of you do now? You notice you did get the attention of some of the Ship of Fools.
From my previous investigations, do I know anything about what was her name? Mama
Scallion?
Mama Scallion. Would I be able to identify her?
Yeah, she is not one that hides in the shadows. She's very, very forward. She's she's humanoid. A redhead. She wears a top hat, much like the goblin top hat. It's kind of tilted over to the side, almost looks like a chimney. She always has that on corset, and she is, and she's always on these little like single wheelie shoes. They kind of look like unicycles for shoes, and she kind of skates around like that all the time. And she does always have a scallion in her mouth. She's a big scallion, sticking out of her mouth. She's got kind of like a little sweet, earthy scallion sticking out of her mouth, and she kind of gesticulates with it whatever. I've been drinking with a like a cigar, and she says, "Boys, we got a performance." And she's always kind of barking orders at folks. So yeah, she's easy to spot. She's not amongst that crowd. She's way on the other side, I'm sure, in her camp. But there's a few members of her camp here who are kind of checking stuff out.
I don't know what everybody else's plan is, but I think I'm going to head into her crowd, just straight up.
Cool. We'll keep everyone entertained.
Okay.
Got a machine running.
Okay.
Could leave it for the goblins if we all want to kind of sneak off together, but I'd say maybe the sneaky ones go ahead. If you want to.
Yeah, we can it might be easier to kind of split up a little bit and sort of mosey in, talking to people a little bit like tighter. Yeah.
Okay. You start kind of mingling within the crowd a bit, you said. So, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Six Petals, you said you were heading towards her people or to her camp?
To her camp.
Okay, so you start heading towards her camp. Glitterfish, what are you doing?
So I'm still performing, but I'm starting as I'm on my pedestal with my long neck. I'm able to look around a lot.
Oh, nice.
Start to suss out the landscape and the different groups of people that are set up around.
Nice. Give me a perception roll.
Can I give her a little help by letting her ride the whirligig up so she's like spinning 20 feet in the sky, flapping, and then
All right.
I can fly.
You told me not to touch this handle here. All right. So, Glitterfish, please give me a perception, please.
You want the gods to do it? The Sky Lord to do it?
Perception? Yep, okay. Hang on.
Hold on a second.
I'll find it. There it is.
Yeah, perception scale.
Okay, it's a 9. 6 plus 3.
I helped you.
And then you
get an extra
you get
one.
to roll again and take the better.
Oh, okay. Ooh, this time I got a 13.
Nice, that's better. Yep.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, you beat the target number, which I just set up at 12. All right, so you are able to get a good view of pretty much the immediate park. I mean, what's up in the stands you really can't see because it's far away, but in the performer area, easy enough to see, and you spot. You totally can spot because there's big banners, probably with the guild insignias on it and name, and you spot a hand that's kind of goosing with an illustrated bottom, and at the front is an explosion of presents, like confetti and whatnot. It's kind of like, and.
Did you say an explosion of presidents?
Presents, like confetti, gift boxes, things like that. Yes, presidents.
Sounds like it would hurt.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so many presidents.
Dead presidents everywhere.
And they and underneath, of course, it says "Hands of Shenanigans." It says like "Hands of Shenanigans come through for the time of your life." Underneath this big banner. Arch, and you see the person that Six Petals has described, and she's there, kind of not barking orders. She's there, like whispering in the ear of this other young barker who's got kind of the bamboo cane, and he's like, come on, step right up, come on in for the time of your life. Try some of our canapes. You never know what trip you're going to be on when you come to the Hands of Shenanigans. Ask for extra goose for your holidays. A lot of bum grabbing, consensual bum grabbing going on in that camp. Right, but yeah, you easily spot them, and you actually can see through the crowd. Yeah, with a 13, yeah, you spot through the crowd because they are so unique. Seven Petals or Everest Bloom making their way there.
Okay, all right.
The rest of you, what you doing? Durgan and Rock Noble.
Well, what do you think? We should kind of back them up and make sure they don't get into any. Get picked up?
Yeah, I could do. I'm wondering if my sort of, kind of phantasmagorical mythological pageantry has gotten the attention of any of the, what are they? The melodious antics of the wacky hijinks? The rapscallions of
the Hands of Shenanigans. Yeah,
the Hands of Shenanigans. Yes.
Yeah, as I said, there's probably about like 3 or 4 members right there who are kind of coming up to you, and they're seeing what's going on, and they kind of are, that that look. They're waiting for you to wrap up so they can,
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
Talk
Talk to
you.
you.
The after show.
yeah. So yeah, we'll wrap it up and introduce ourselves and say that we are newly arrived back to Deeplington after being gone for far too long, and very much enjoy the company and compliment them on the event. I've totally been to this party, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I think it was over at NIMBY.
You and I both, my friend.
Oh God, too soon, man, too soon.
Yeah. So, but they soon as you take a beat, soon as you take a breath and catch their eyes, they are all about introducing themselves, shaking your hand. Let's see, I said there were like 3 or 4. So let's say 3 of them. There are a humanoid and what looks to be like a male and a female gnome, and who look very familiar. I mean, not familiar, familial. Like they both are ginger hair, so you could sense that they're probably brother and sister. And the human is a just male, big, thick clown makeup kind of comes up from here, from the nose up, overdrawn big eye, and very sad clown dot to the look of them, and they introduce themselves and start to kind of chat you up about all of your goings on. They hear about your thing. The male the humanoid or human male introduce themselves as Calliope, and extends his hand. You actually see the joy buzzer on the hand. And then flips it around so that gives you the safe side like clap to the hand, and says, "Yeah, you don't fall for it like these crumb bums."
I'll try to get along with
these ham and eggers.
I'll try to get along with the gnomes and sort of bond.
Okay.
On the I just nerd out and talk about all the ways in which I put this thing together, and they can go for a ride on it, no problem. I promise.
Yeah, they're totally oh gosh, give me some good names with these ding. Oh yeah, ding and dong, ding dong. So ding and dong are are pointing at like how's it work? How did you construct it? They're thinking,
Yeah, I explained the fuel and the different tools I used, the parts, where I got it from, what year the part came from. I give them so many details that it's probably overwhelming to most people, but I hope that they'll appreciate it.
Then give me a performance, actually.
Performance, all right. I'm terrible at that. That's great. I'm just going to roll in public too. I'm going to hit this right there. 19. Oh, I got an 18 because I have a -1. So
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
because it sounded
drop
like
another D6 if I needed it, but I don't think
you're distracting them through this information, and so you have totally enraptured them. They are bowdy and rowdy.
Good. I'll try to size them up too, and just sort of get a sense of like what's their angle, where they're coming from, and
Okay, that sounds like Intuit.
Yeah, a little insight. You want me to do an insight?
Yeah, I'm sorry, insight into it. You're not playing Secret of Zoran.
That's
okay, it's insight.
+4
Perfect.
is 16.
They're fascinated by you, but they're also, at least one of them is here. They're here to be like, all right, who's this new dog pissing on the territory, starting grabbing a crowd? So let me see.
Is that what they're saying? Because did Vidgie just show up?
Are they here to it's since it's a battle of the makers band,
right? This is like dodgeball, but like with makers.
Is it somebody that they should worry about, or is it somebody that you're just like, oh, okay,
Right.
you do your thing, we'll keep you in the corner, and we'll be over here,
Right.
you know? So that's what they're doing. Let me cut to Six Petals. You are weaving your way towards the camp.
I am confidently beelining towards Mama Scallion with my press pass.
Ooh, okay, easy enough. Yeah, you see the Barker there, so I like step right up and he's kind of saying, anybody got any storybooks? Anybody's got a fine poem they want to, you can come on in and try some. And then he sees you, he's like, whoa, hold on there, good looking. You just wait a second right there. And you got your press pass. Mama Scallion looks down. And it is an official press pass. And she kind of pulls the scallion out of her mouth and she says, you look familiar.
Do you know many Eladrin?
I've seen a couple here and there. A little. They're fun for a while, but they're flighty. They come and go. But hey, I kind of like that. What's your story, Weaver?
Well, that's just the thing. You caught my eye, and I figured that woman has a story to tell.
I got plenty of stories to tell.
And I've been doing a little investigation here and there in the city, and I'm very interested in perspectives on this great demon that apparently lurks in the bowels of Deeplington. And you know, some think about them as just a fairy tale, while others think about them as this, you know, a serious problem that should be taken under consideration when you're operating in your daily life. And I was just wondering, for such a lackadaisical group of fun-loving friends, where you sit in terms of myth and story, and what needs to be taken seriously and what needs to, you know, be embraced in the moment.
Ooh, soon as you start to mention some of those little words like demon and
I'm kind of trying to do an insight check because I was trying to like mention a few things here and there that were controversial,
to
just kind of like
see
dragging on. Yeah.
Okay, then give me an insight on her and see if she could. Oh yeah, she's terrible at hiding her emotions, but yeah, go ahead. As well as the person I'm basing this off of. So go ahead and.
That's a 10 plus 5, 15.
Yeah, she shuts off. You can see the mention of it, and she puts the scallion back in her mouth and starts to step back a little bit, quite a bit, as you say that. You know, she thought maybe you're some kind of entertainment. You're with like the entertainment journalists, or you know, something like that. But she now sees, as soon as you start say investigation and demon and things, she starts to pull back from the crowd. As a matter of fact, you see her like she says nutsy bolts, and you see this. It's wearing a tuxedo vest, cummerbund sort of thing, and it looks like this hirsute being of about 9 feet, and it's got 2 heads. One of the heads has this knight's helm, this dented, beat-up knight's helm with, you know, kind of the beak face, and the other one is in clown makeup, but it's like somebody put clown makeup on a rabid gorilla. And it kind of comes over, and its eyes are weird and unfocused. It's like, nutsy. Make sure this person doesn't ask any more questions to us. And it looks over at Bolts, and Bolts like steam comes out of the head, and it cracks its joined knuckles. And you've seen him before. It's an Aternium. It's almost this giant gorilla warthog thing that is sentient and says, "All right, my love, you're going to have to be moving along now. And he kind of pokes and he says, we don't like unwanted questions in that camp.
After a wagon ride with what did I call him, King Hammerlord or whatever?
Right, King Hammerlord, the highwayman.
Yeah. After that, I'm kind of not too phased by this, and I look straight back at Mama Scallion and be like, I never took you as a party pooper.
and she says, "Look, I just like a good party, and you seem to be bringing us down. Nazi bolts, keep him aside." And
I'm just trying to get perspective on the youth, perspective of the people that are more interested in the now than these myths of the past.
And she moves, and you can see she's perturbed. She's not like irritated. She is shook, and especially with that insight roll with 17, she blends back in the crowd, and you see this big thing kind of lumbering at you and poking at you, and in fact the Barker's like, all righty, my friend. You're going to have to back up here. Don't worry, Nazi. Don't worry, Bolts. I've got it here. Listen, pal, I don't want bloodshed in front of all this. Yeah, why don't you back up? Would you just back up and enjoy the rest? There's lots of things going on. I hear there's a sword-swallowing ostrich. Go ahead and get over there and check out some of this stuff, would you?
I look at Nuts and Bolts, and I kind of do the same spiel of like, you seem like somebody with a story to tell. And I walk off with them.
Well, I mean, yeah, I've got quite a story. Hey, well, all right, get out of here. You know. And you go off, and that goes. Right, so you guys are gathering back up. You have some of the hands of shenanigans in your camp asking you questions, kind of chilling out with you. You have observations on them, and we're about to take our second and last 10-minute break. So this will give you a little time to plan what you would like to do to maybe infiltrate the party or be invited into their party. So I will see you all at, let's make it 10:25. That's going to be 10 minutes. Yeah, 10:25. I'll see you back. Please stick with us if you are watching us. I'm having a great time at this party. I'll see you in a little bit.
You know about the Bones cereal, right? It's the favorite of goblins everywhere. The favorite breakfast treat, Bones. Little tiny bones. Turns the milk red.
I didn't know about that part. No.
Turns the milk red. Look like little bones floating in blood.
Bone cereal.
Connected to the milk bone.
No, the milk bone.
Nice.
Oh, I hope
That's
everyone's.
Bemidji.
I hope everyone's dog's
Makes a
okay,
goblin
you know.
strong.
We're back here. Hello. We're talking about childhood treats and snacks. So if you're on here, why don't you pop on into the chat and say what childhood treats did you like? And what snacks did you like as a kid? Mine was fried bologna with rice in the middle because I'm a weirdo Filipino kid. So, anyways,
Okay.
we're back at a game. We're back at a game. Oh, and Apple Jacks. So get into some Apple Jacks.
Yes.
But no grape nuts, Mark.
Oh.
Loved them. I had to put a lot of sugar on them to make them edible, but I did like them.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta put everything on them, like a sandwich or something else to eat.
Ew.
It's a substrate.
Like bologna, fried grape nuts.
You know, you
Bologna
can level
sandwiches.
if your floor is a little off, you can just level it by just pouring a little grapes and
Before grape nuts on
really
it.
fill it. Yeah.
A little
So-
bit of back with your grape nuts. Really nice.
Calcium.
Grape nuts. Oh,
We have returned a little loopier as the mushroom tea is kicking in at our Makers Fair party here in the Midway in Deeplington, and our crew is trying to infiltrate their way into the camp of the Hands of Shenanigans, find out more about the missing artifact, the Pandemonium Mantle. Right. Six Petals and Seven Meadows has been kind of shushed away from the camp a little bit from their bouncer, Nutsy and Molt. And Durgan Lurch is talking to Ding and Dong. Ding and Dong, the gnomes, about their ride and distracting them a bit. And Rog Novel is Deeplington is talking to a young man, a young kinetic juggler called Calliope about what they're doing, where they are, where they came from. Glitterfish on top of the. Is it a tilt-a-whirl? Is it
Something
a
like that. I call
spin
it
house?
whirligig, maybe.
A whirligig, observing
Girly
everything.
wig. A
Probably seeing Six Petals and Seven Meadows spurned and coming back to their camp. What are you all doing now?
Well, I'll get a little clue to Rogs just to let him know that they're like size, like kind of look over to him while I'm talking to the gnomes and do our little goblin sort of connection thing and sort of go, play it cool, man. Don't throw it off. We gotta find out what's going on.
Right. Yeah, you got a sense from that intuit. You had a 17. You said, yeah, you had a sense from that roll is that they are like, all right, are they a threat? Are they cool? Can they be friends? It's you're right on that borderline, and it depends on probably these interactions.
So I'm just gonna take a hand and just kind of try to be unassuming, which isn't too hard.
Okay.
He's just sort of like, all he can talk about is stuff, and so he's nothing else. He's not.
right.
He's got no brigadaccio or nothing. He's
Brigadaccio. You got no brigadaccio. You got no gabagool or anything. Glitterfish. What are you doing?
Well, I've noticed that Sixpet is over there accidentally causing problems with the with the inner workings of the carnival. He's trying to make friends, but I see he's kind of rubbing people a bit the wrong way. I'm like, oh. And I decide that I'm going to go help him. So I whirligig my way down.
Then, remember
making
then.
my way through
Hey.
to kind of try to break
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I want to help him out a little bit because I can see that as much as he's trying to make friends here, they're not taking it the right way. So I'm going to go break the tension a little.
Okay, got it. So you start to Run over there. Your big feathers are yep, and your glitter being way of running. Start to head over there a little bit. Okay, Rock. Yes.
I see you coming, and I'm like, oh, what was their name again? Nutsy and Boltsy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Nutsy and Boltsy, have you met this ostrich?
All right, you start to introduce an ostrich to Nutsy and Bolt. Rog Novel of Deeplington, what are you doing before I cut to that scene?
I think I'm gonna approach Calliope and with a bit of prestidigitation, continue to pull up a little bit of kind of Deeplington magic. Like conjuring like a little, the vision of the weird midnight sun that illuminates the city.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of in my hand, and just going very intently. Just like how much I love this city. Right. This city is in my bones. The city is everything to me. I love this city. And do you love this city? How much do you love this city?
How much do you love this city? Okay.
Just getting way too intense to Calliope. Just testing how much do they love this city?
Oh gosh. It's a bit. I would say it's a bit of preference, but using your magic. So I say use your Arcana in this way, in this sense.
Yeah, let's see. Where's
it's a different way to use good. Your skill.
Yeah, there he is. Okay, yeah. Okay, 6. Oh boy, 24.
Oh, no matter what number I was about to set you for target number, he is almost, and it's not through any magical means, hypnotized about what you are saying to them. And we've all been at that moment where you're pretty much at your peak, and you find somebody that really gets you, and they are born and raised, and boy, they love Deeplington. I had this conversation on Acid with a gentleman about chicken McNuggets, and boy, howdy, did we really bond? So yes, on the Muni at 4 a.m. So yes,
and the moment here is yet something stirs.
What?
Something stirs in her depths. Something.
What?
No, it's kind of like the lead-in, and yet something stirs. Have you heard of any strange stirrings in her depths?
What? No. No. What? No. There was hey man, can I?
Wait a minute.
Can I?
Let's come over here. Come on.
Yeah. He kind of hunkers down,
come on,
and he does have to hunker down. You're only 3 feet tall, and he says, We were at this party, and we took this dude's thing. It's like this crown, and it's supposedly to stop some kind of demon or something. And bro, there's no such thing in the Midway. And so we were like, okay, we're paid. Let's do this thing. And this other crew paid us. We did this thing. We got this thing called like a pandemonium crown or something, and then handed it off and paid in the shade. This is how we paid for our space, and we're sitting pretty. But demon? No, don't freak me out like that.
Fine. You said it. Not me. This These are strange. These are most upsetting to hear these things, my friend. But congratulations on your gig. As a goblin, the law of finding is, that's how we operate, right?
Easy peasy, man. Law of finding. We were in the place. He had it like displayed out in the open, and didn't even realize we put a little fake crown thing until after the party.
Does Durgan here overhear any of this?
Right.
As you're leaning in, yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah.
I don't believe much in demons. I've been hearing stories of demons for years and never seen any of them.
Durgan, give me a
children's tales.
Because you see Ding and Dong start thinking they hear something and they're moving towards you. Now they're not as on it as Calliope. So what are you going to do to interrupt this? They're about to maybe get in on a conversation that you don't want them to.
Well, I'm hip to their angle there. Do you want to do something about that, Ross, or I can turn around and nerd out on them?
Yeah, you need to pull them away. Ding and Dong.
I'll break out this tool that I put together. It's just something I put together that I use, and it's like got 5 times the amount of torque as the other one. And I just start going on about like how great this tool is to them.
Gnomes are tinkerers, right?
Right. I'm just trying to appeal because I kind of fetishize gnomes are like better than goblins in terms of making like really nice, clean stuff. I'm kind of the opposite. Everything I make is garbage, but it works.
I'd say give me a history roll. Actually, it's more. You're more going over the branding of it, the ideal of it.
All right, I got let's see, with history 13, and I haven't used that D6. I'm going to drop a D6 too.
Yeah, you might want to D6 it.
That's an 18 then.
Oh yeah. Okay. Perfect.
And I'm already kind of got the insight that they're like kind of competitors.
I got it.
So I can kind of use that to sort of use my size to sort of block the way and talk loud. So
right. Yeah. So their eyes go straight to that. You're still locked in on a conversation, Rognobble, with Calliope, and he's kind of, he's basically telling you about the coolness of the heist, which is more like we partied so hard and then we got this person's thing, and it's Calliope seems to be mentioning that they the guild themselves the guild themselves, the Hands of Shenanigans were hired to pull off this heist of this this square rich person councilman's thing, and then retrieve it back, and in doing so paid enough to make their way into a prominent spot into the makers fair, and we'll cut over to Glitterfish or Glitter Ostrich and 6 Petals and 7 Meadows waving over Nutsy and Bolt. Right. And Nutsy and Bolt.
Poetry.
What was that again? Sorry.
That was pure poetry. Glitter Ostrich and 6 Petals, 7 Meadows, Nutsy and Boltsy.
Yeah, it's the Midway haiku game that we will be introducing at some point. So they yes, you truly do call Nutsy and Bolt they, and they turn and what kind of bird is that, pretty one? They speak to you, six petals.
Oh, this is an ostrich. Do they not have those where you come from?
No. Oh, I don't. We don't learn many names of things. We just eat them. But boy, don't eat this one. These are the most violent creatures I've ever met. They're beautiful and they're calm, but any sort of unwelcome pets, any sort of startling noise, and I've seen them slit a man's throat. Oh, You hear that, Bolts? And Bolts, like steam goes out of the knight's helmet, and he says, "Yeah, right."
You don't believe me.
Oh well, come on. Look at us. We can take care of ourselves.
Oh, I'm sure when it comes to brute force and smashing, you're top of your class.
We're here to guard the camp. That's what we do.
Guarding it from what? They don't invite you to the party?
We go to the party sometimes, right, Bolt? Well, I mean, not all the time.
If they're just hanging out, what needs guarding?
Well, some people are unwanted guests, and we make sure that people have themselves a good time. And they can't help but keep staring at the ostrich. That's what you call it, right? The ostrich. And they're like, is there extra stuff in your neck?
Just a sword. Just one sword.
Boltsy speaks! Yeah, that's what I was saying. Huh. You swallow swords and you are an ostrich?
Indeed, you got it on the nose.
And you talk.
And I talk.
This is. Well, I don't know. I don't know if Mama would. They say Mama or Lady.
Mama, I think.
Mama would approve, but I think we think you should come to the party.
I would love to come to the party. Can I bring 6 petals, 7 meadows?
Well, Mama said that she doesn't take kindly to nosy
Questions,
Nazis.
apparently.
Yeah, nosy Nazis.
What if they promise not to ask any more questions to Mama?
Well, I mean, maybe give a persuasion. I'm going to give you advantage persuasion because Nutsy, maybe Bolts too, but Nutsy is definitely enamored by a sword-swallowing giant chicken bird.
Also, I say right before that, whether she knows it or not, she's already given me what I asked for anyway, so I have no more questions.
That seems ominous.
I wink at Nutsy and Boltsy. I don't know if they understand the gesture.
Nutsy doesn't, but Bolts does. Because you just see a little like gray smoke come out the top of the night helm. So
roll the persuasion. Got a 15 plus 3 is 16.
Jeez, I can't quite beat any of these rolls right now. So yeah. Well, all right. Look. Let me just talk to a few of the folks up in front. You know, maybe we'll get in. I don't know. I'll look. If you promise to stay away from Mama, then maybe you'll be fine. But you know, just don't start any trouble. I mean, you don't want to get us in trouble, right?
No. I'm just here to have some fun. And this one asks a lot of questions, but I mean, we just met, but I don't think they mean any harm.
Aren't you all about causing trouble? Isn't that the whole mantra of your organization?
The mantra of theirs or mine?
Theirs.
You see?
I didn't think you were organized. No offense.
Well, I mean, shenanigans. I mean, having a good time. And some people just need to be kind of rustled up to have a good time. You undo a tie, or take off your jacket once in a while, or get into a K-hole, or something like that to just have a good time, a good party.
How about this one button? Here we go. I'm ready to party.
Roll me a persuasion, my friend.
That's a 16 plus.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. You
21.
you people with the rolls. Well, all right. And you see Bolt's like let off some more steam, and Nutsy says, come on. You can't be serious. They wouldn't have done that, so don't worry. And they go over and they start to talk to the Barker. The Barker, you can see them like talking to them sternly, but then going like, you better watch him. You watch him. And you have to wait till we're done with with our performances. And he says, all right. And he comes back. He says, we'll let you in for the after party if that's all right. You don't mind. You won't be able to see too many of the bigger performances, but our after party's a good time. We've got quite talented musical performers. Is that all right, chicken?
Yeah,
ostrich. Sorry, ostrich.
Yeah, that sounds great. Do you have any grape nuts? I'll just have a bowl of cereal and wait until.
No, that's the most horrid thing I've ever heard. I'm not. Yeah, please. And he kind of like puts the little velvet rope back and goes about his work and kind of pushes some people either outside or inside. And we'll cut back to Durgan and Rognobble, and you both in your respective areas have impressed these two from the camp enough. Maybe occasionally you hear like a scream from a person as your whirly gig is going around a little too fast, and you hear the goblin say, "I didn't touch the knob. I'm sorry." but they seem to be okay with running things, and they're taking some of the storybooks. I'll probably roll randomly to see if you've made a little extra money at the end of all of this. But your Rognobble, your cousins are okay with holding down the fort if you're doing anything. Rognobble, Calliope is definitely in your corner, and is more like, hey, if you come with me, I'll prove we were just having fun and having a party thing. It's a prank, no big deal. This thing you're speaking of isn't as ominous as you think.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing on Calliope's ego, like fluffing it up there, like, I'm so impressed, and
a huge ego.
You're so amazing, and I'm just like, wow, you're a veritable honorable goblin.
What?
No. Basically, like buttering Calliope up to try and find out who hired them to steal the artifact.
They yeah.
What's the subtle moment here?
Well, he is about to take him to show him what they stole.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, they haven't actually pawned it. Yet.
You could kind of go with him and ask him all those questions while I can sort of maybe get the eye of the other two and sort of trail them to where they're going if there's time.
Yeah, Sounds good. You from what all of that I will say, because it's getting to time to wrap up. You are all, and we'll flash forward to you are all in your own shape and fashion invited to the after party in the camp of the Hands of Shenanigans. And so, you are speaking technically to Ding and Dong. You have stroked the ego of Calliope, who is definitely a narcissist, and he's very, very happy to tag along and prove that he's cool, and enough to prove that he's cool. he may spit out all the plans as to what they did in the heist. And Glitter Ostrich and Six Petals and Seven Meadows, you have made a friend in Nutsy and Bolt, and they are taking you in. The only condition, of course, is please leave Mama alone. Let her do her thing. But you guys can mingle at the after party, and it is under this big tent. It feels weird to be under this big kind of circus tent, considering you arrived at this world, not you, Six Petals, but the rest of you arrived at this world under this big canvas circus tent. But you are there, and it's canapes, and the music is going on, and everybody in kind of half clown, as well as people from different diverse cultures are in there, listening to this strange music being played on these beautiful, unique items on top of stages, and I guess that is where we will leave it. You have made your way into the after party of the Hands of Shenanigans.
As we're walking in, I say to Nutsy and Boltsy, have you ever met a fellow named King Hammerlord? He's apparently undefeated, but I think you could take him.
You see one of their eyes like glow up. The other one, you just see a gray smoke like burst out of the top of the knight's helm, which I think may mean "fuck yeah" in Bolt's language. All right, and then that's where we will leave it for the next time. We will be in the party and see how you all will do. So I hope you all enjoyed hanging out with us and getting into the burner party after party here in Deeplington in the Midway, because these are how adventurers in the Midway save the world. So with that, I will run you around the table. Mark, please say who you played and how you're doing, and if you got anything to plug, go right ahead and do it.
Well, I played Durgan Lurch, and formerly Sam Hoshman, and I've been really enjoying all of this. I don't have a lot to pitch, except I'd like to just make a nod to a place where I spent a lot of time online and just, on Discord, you can just text people. And there's a group called the House of the Divided Mind. And it was just a bunch of people on Rollgate that got together like 3 or 4 years ago. And people just kind of just run little sessions, and it's a lot of fun. And it goes crazy. The worlds grow, and every piece of text is like entered into the book, a lot like this. So if you really want to, get some invites to it, I'll send a link in the thread or whatever. But
awesome,
Marcus, I've always talked to you about like that alternate kind of hybrid kind of world of play by post. It like makes you think of like playing chess by mail. It's like, but it's a great medium, and it goes really well with this too. You can kind of combine it. So that's my pitch.
Awesome. And after that, we'll get to let's see. For less, we'll get over to the Alabaster Duke, our newest member in our party, Devin Nelson. Go ahead.
I have like too many things to plug, so I'll go easy. Check out my band, the Y Axes. Play like synth rock, power pop, prog rock. It's kind of a mix of things. And we've been performing online. I don't know if we have any shows coming up these days, but we're making live music work in the pandemic.
And the Y-Axis, can you find that on Facebook, I believe, right?
It's everywhere. Anything you would want to listen to music on.
The Y-Axis. Please check them out. I do follow them, and I think they're really, really awesome. I believe on your second album, I think, if I'm misspoken.
Four.
I'm on their second album. There's
okay.
2 more to go. The mushroom tea's kicking in. Speaking of mushroom tea kicking in, Glitter Ostrich, go for it.
Well, I don't know. If anyone wants to take online art classes, that's my life these days. My website is Steph Muxon Creations, and I make stuff. And now I teach stuff a lot.
Yay.
That's it. Support artists. Support each other.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. Support one another. And the man who has led us into Deeplington, Mr. Rog Novel himself, Scott.
I'm watching Y-Axis videos.
Yep.
This is great.
They're fucking
Yeah, let's
cool.
let's get you folks on the stage at DNA. Yeah, we can make some stuff happen there.
We played DNA a couple times.
Yep, they have.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I've got sets there set up now, and I'm doing some live streaming with bands at DNA Lounge.
yeah.
So let's
Hell
talk.
yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great. August 9th, we're going to have another outing of the Plague Guys. Sorry, not sorry, Glitterfish. I didn't come up with that name. Somebody yelled that at us. So I had a small outing of Plague Doctors and musicians in the spirit of Dance Macabre, which was a troupe that I danced with in the 90s at Ren Fair. And so we went out to Golden Gate Park, and we dressed up like Plague Doctors and paraded through groups of picnicking, happy-go-lucky mortals to remind them that we were in a time of pandemic. It was a bit of social theater. It was really quite lovely, actually. People loved it. Kids were totally into it. It was great. We're going back out on August 9th, so if you're interested, message me. I'm also going to be entering into the first round of playtesting for the Goldfire coin, which is the new currency of the Midway. And I've been working with Victor Castro, and we've been cutting those, etching them in gold acrylic, mirror, and wood, burnished gold, burnished wood. So if you're interested in that, let us know. We're going to have a round of playtesting for the new Midway currency.
Oh, that's very awesome. And, I'm old, because I'm Marcus Flores. I'm your buddy here. The only thing I got to plug is tune in if you want to, and please do so. On Friday at noon, for just an hour, noon to 1, we'll be getting together, and we're going to be talking about tonight's episode and behind-the-scenes stuff, talking about things to propel our little weird story forward, and as well as how we felt about tonight and maybe some of the highlights of tonight. And then on Saturday night, part of our Shadow Stories, our horror anthologies here on the Midway tabletop is Mork Borg. Mork Borg is a very black metal OSR old school Renaissance game. So if you liked Mandy, but wanted to see it in a fantasy world, or even more of a fantasy world, that's what that's going to be like. And if you didn't like Mandy,
go fuck yourself.
Enjoy the rest of Saturday, because hey, you're still here with us, and I love you, and I hope you're still keeping healthy. So there it is. And I guess I'll turn it over to Mark to sign us out. So I hope to see you either Friday, Saturday, or next Tuesday, where we will not be getting together. I am getting together with Lisa Hyde, Jessica Blumstrom, and Jared Williams, and we will be delving deep into the Linsmore Marches and the Dame Harlow storyline over there. So,
woohoo! Thanks for running,
Yeah.
Marcus.
oh, thank you.
Super fun. All right.
Thank you.
See y'all. Waving
Peace
you out.
See you all on the road.
Mwah. May all your days be Midway days. Step up now, step up, friends, now let's be going. For here in the Midway a strange wind is blowing. Where the lights are brighter, the laughter is knowing. Friends, into this tent now of marvels we're going. Sing it loud. Ballyhoo, bally high. Sing it low and sing it high. A song for the ages, for you and for me, where the carnival mirror is calling. Step up now, step up, friends, now let's be going. For here in the Midway a strange wind is blowing, where the lights are brighter and the laughter is knowing. Friends, into this
tent now of marvels we're going. Sing it loud. Ballyhoo, ballyhie.